Hey everyone, it's CryptoKyle here. Just wanted to do a quick update on Bitcoin. Obviously, we saw a huge spike yesterday, and I hadn't been able to post videos. Although I was creating them, I didn't have time to export it and post it to YouTube. I was watching this thing though, nevertheless. And in my previous videos, I was, trying to say you should probably sell here, but I said there's probably, a chance that it pushes and gets like so overextended over the daily that it comes up to the 227 fib. I didn't know if it was possible, but certainly I thought it might. Well, I didn't think it would actually happen, but I said it's possible. And that's what it did. It pushed up there, and then we saw the huge sell-off. So then I redrew my fibs, and I said, okay, well, I want to add on the dip. I had been waiting to add. I didn't want to chase it because I didn't want anything to break to the downside, and I'd be in the red. So I wanted to buy the dip to add to my position. And I said, all right, I want to put an order in at 14K, and I did. But then I ended up canceling it, and I canceled. I would have been in the green. It ended up actually coming down to right there, a little bit past it. But I thought that 14K was probably a good deal because it was at the 61% fib. And I said, oh, well, if it comes down to 50, it usually bounces off these moving averages anyway. I just didn't know where it was going to be in between here, so I wanted to be more on the higher end. But nevertheless, I canceled the order for several reasons. I thought it's going to pull back even more than 14K when it lost this moving average up here. It hadn't done that in a long time, and the last time it did it, it came down into the, I think this is the 200-day moving average. So I said, wow, okay, if it does lose that, and especially if it loses this moving average here, which I think is the 20, then it can really see some downside. And then I read an article about the futures trading, and I heard about this because I'm an active trader, but I didn't really understand what impact it potentially could have until I read this article here by Noel. And I think it's a good article, and I can share you the link, but it's on CoinDesk /threat-Bitcoin-futures. And what she's saying basically is that you don't really know what's going to happen with the institutional money because it's not actually going to be coming into Bitcoin. When you trade futures, there's less downside, so there's less risk at a cheaper dollar amount, and you can profit much more if you're right. So the percentage of profit is much greater. So she's saying what potentially could happen is that institutional investors are not going to be buying Bitcoin. They're going to be buying futures contracts on Bitcoin, trying to speculate the price, and all the money that they would have put into Bitcoin is actually going to go into the futures market, which is traded in US dollars. A lot of people are taking short positions. You can see that, where does she mention? There is a ticker that you can buy. It's called GBTC. It's got a lot of short interest now. Oh gosh, where is it? Anyway, there's a lot of short interest, so people are betting against it. So I almost want to wait. This is supposed to start on Sunday. It looks like December 10, right here. CME is going to be the first to offer it. So I want to see what happens on Sunday and then on December 18th. So actually, I don't know. Like, I kind of like looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, when institutional money, either if it's in here and it leaves to go to the futures market, it could cause a lot of downside. And if they start speculating against it, people could lose interest, and the market could start questioning itself on why they're buying at such huge dollar amounts. So I don't know what's going to happen. So when you don't know what's going to happen, it's best to sit the sidelines and kind of let it ride out. It's better to be risk adverse than to just jump in and hope that it continues higher. And you can see on the hourly chart that it's bearish, especially if it loses this moving average, which looks like it's rolling. It looks like it's going to start rolling. And when it rolls, it's going to come down even further. And I think it could come down to the 50%. That's where I've kind of marked this next level that I would want to get in at, around 12,500. However, a lot of people could be, selling this and then moving into a different crypto, like the less volatile ones, until the futures or until this kind of settles down. So we've seen some volume come in back into Litecoin, and it's trending on its 9-day moving average, and it's heading back up to previous high, which is pretty bullish move. And if it breaks over that, then the sky's the limit. So let's see, we could draw a fib here. It could move up to 122 next, and then and beyond, because it did. Looks like on this spike here, zoom in. On this spike here, up is our previous high. We had a nice pullback to almost 50% exactly right there, and it respected that moving average. So it just bounced and continued higher. Now it's creating what's called a bull flag, and it's breaking out over this previous high of yesterday's high. So it's breaking out over that and trending upwards. And you can see that on the hourly, make this a little bigger for you. It's still bullish, right? We get up, it's testing these highs here that it can't break out of, and then we're going right back up to that high. So if it breaks out over, I don't know, this level that it's at pretty much right now, like right in here, then it has a shot at the 107 mark, 108 mark, and then could continue on. So I got my eye on this one. I might jump in to ride this wave and kind of let Bitcoin settle down. And then here's all the other little guys. Looks like I jumped in this one at 61 here, but then because I was expecting it at the time to spike back up on its moving average, it ended up getting rejected pretty hard, but now it bounced. So I might try to get out break even, hopefully, but it's got all this resistance right here. So I'm hoping that eventually it'll go up. I have very small size, so I'm not too concerned about it. And what sucks is because I was watching this one and it was coming down, and I went to sleep, and I was like, oh, I don't like the way that it's trending down. It looked like volume was like deteriorating. I was like, well, I'll just leave this one and I'll come into this one, because it looked like it had good volume and you could see a ramp back up, and the volume went against me. And of course, the one that I was also considering spikes on volume. So lucky me. In any case, whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, this one, Litecoin, I like. Ethereum looks like it's trending back up too. Let's look at the daily. Okay, so we have on this last push, we saw a retrace to about 50% right in on these two candles here. After that high, we had a retrace. So if you bought it, close to 400, you're pretty on point. And then push up, sell off, and now we have an established higher low than this one. So you can see the lows are becoming higher, so we're stair stepping up. So I also like this one as well for a continuation towards the high of 518. But I don't like the way Bitcoin's trading right now, and I don't know what's going to happen with the futures. might actually be worth moving your money into more of a traditional broker if you don't already have money there to trade these. But if you have money there, then you certainly can trade them. I think TD Ameritrade, there's a couple other brokers that are going to allow you to trade. Here we go. So you can trade it on maybe E-Trade soon. TD Ameritrade's going to do it. Ally Financial. I guess Charles Schwab's going to sit the sidelines for now. Here's that ticker I was talking about. And it looks like the fees are going to become absolutely ridiculous. So it's going to cost you 100% fee potentially is what this person's saying to short it. But it looks like there's a lot of short interest. Shorts are already down 217%, but people are still continuing to add to that because they're thinking that it's a bubble and that it's just going to get wiped out to zero, and they'll go to the bank with huge profits in the other direction. So something to keep in mind. And it's just up like huge, and it's trading at 70% its premium. So just do your due diligence. This last spike felt a little odd, how it just like explodes up to the upside. It was so extended, so I'm just gonna kind of like wait till it to come back. I want to get in at 12. That's my goal. It was 14, but I've adjusted it to 12. So we'll see. And then I don't know if that's going to happen or when, but on Sunday the futures start. So I might even just wait then. We'll see. All right, just wanted to provide that update for you guys. Give you a little heads up on where you could probably see the price coming and settling back to. It's still extended on its moving average here, you can see, and it hasn't had a significant multi-day pullback. So I want to see this candle close. I want to see the next one open. I want to see multiple red candles coming down. I don't want to jump in and chase it because it's still overextended off of the moving average. I want to see something like this, multiple days coming down into a lower moving average, and then maybe some sideways movement here, and then I like it in this area. Okay, hope you guys have a good day. Cheers.